Well, that's a well-known clip from the holiday classic, A Christmas Story. We all remember when Ralphie breaks his glasses and has a toy-related injury with his Red Ryder BB gun. Unfortunately, though, toy-related injuries can be a reality for children if they misuse them. In 2012, nearly 265,000 toy-related injuries occurred across the country. Most of those injuries happened near the face or the head. Katie from Prevent Blindness is here with some tips on how to avoid similar injuries this holiday season. Welcome back.
Great. Thank you for having me back. Yeah, the most common injuries that happen from holiday gifts are cuts and bruises to the head, our face, and of course our eyes. And the biggest threats are actually the non-motorized scooters, toy balls, and toy vehicles as well.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that, but I guess, yeah, kids fall down, there's a lot going on. I think that's the big thing. Santa brings so much stuff, and they can't wait to get to the next toy, right?
Exactly. And so that's why Prevent Blindness has put together some simple guidelines to help us this holiday season.
I like that, and this is a great organization. The first one is really creating a wish list for your children and kind of helping walk them through that.
Right. We suggest that you make an age-appropriate and one that is developmentally appropriate wish list for your child, and then share it with your family, your friends, and even Santa.
That's a great idea, yeah. Make sure, you know, Santa likes to make toys that work and toys that are safe, of course, as well. Your second tip, tell us that.
So, sports equipment, baseball bats, baseballs, they are great. But when you're buying your sports equipment, what we say is no uniform is complete without goggles.
Okay.
And just like you would have different tools for each game, you're going to have different safety equipment, and your goggles are important. And you want to make sure that you get them stamped with ASTM, which stands for the American Society for Testing and Materials.
Wow, I did not know that. That's a really great tip when you're shopping, and of course, make sure Santa knows that too. Your next tip is about avoiding projectile toys or making sure that you don't misuse them.
Right. And so you just we ask you to remember little Ralphie and his Red Ryder BB gun, right? And avoid toys being misused that have projectiles because they can cause blinding eye injuries that can last a lifetime.
Yeah.
We don't want that gift.
No, that's exactly what you do in your organization, Prevent Blindness. One thing that I think can sometimes go by the wayside Christmas morning, the instructions. How many times have you spent Christmas looking for the instructions? Read those first, right?
Exactly. So as adults, we tend to skip over that.
Yeah.
But we really say make sure that you read the warning labels, read all of the instructions before you give the toy to the child, because they can cause blinding eye injuries, so you alleviate any unnecessary risks. And alleviating unnecessary risks, that's the whole thing. That's why it's so important that these guidelines are looked at. And what we always say at Prevent Blindness is 50% of all blindness is preventable. And if you look at these guidelines and take basic precautions, then you can create a great foundation for preventing blindness and preserving sight this holiday season.
Awesome. Thank you, Katie. Great tips. Of course, you can visit preventblindness.org if you have more questions. Thanks and happy holidays.